did, but now we are. That's what I said. So the intro had to play. This is why we need dress rehearsals. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Okay, there we go. Hi, happy end of the longest decade of your life. I mean, the longest year of your life. However you want to look at it. Welcome to the Fun and Fact Show. I'm Erica Shantae, also known as Everything with Erica. I am the fun and
Hector, I am the facts.
one of these days. Okay.
Welcome in, everyone.
All right, y'all. So, with that being said, thank you all so very much for being here. We appreciate you all. We are going to just, you know what? We're going to just have fun, is what we're going to do today, because why the F not? I'm tired of these system alerts, but it is just the end of the year, literally. And we just, you know what? You want to just kick it today, Hector, and go over some news and try to laugh as much as possible to keep from crying?
Them's the goals. Yes.
Them's the goals. Okay, bet. Them's the goals. All right, awesome. Okay, so what do you have up first for us?
So we just had a recent court ruling by a judge in California. And this judge ruled that they can allow basic Medicaid data to be shared with ICE.
Yep.
So, several problems with that, but I'm going to go ahead and get it up on the screen so you can all read it along with me. My first thought was, if we were seeing people on Medicaid, then they would be legally allowed to be here, unless we're talking about the emergency supplements that we have. But it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But let's go ahead and get through it here. And this was 2 days ago, unfortunately. Federal judge in California ruled Monday that the federal government is allowed to share basic information about Medicaid participants with Immigration and Customs Enforcement amid a government push to locate people it believes, emphasis on believes, are in the country unlawfully. The plan to share information from the federally backed program had been blocked by a preliminary injunction that applied to 20 states that sued, including California. U.S. District Judge Vince, I'm just say Chabria, partly denied the state's request for a preliminary injunction Monday, writing that basic biographical location and contact information is legal under the law. But he also granted the injunction as it pertains to any information beyond that. What information would that be?
What information would that be?
Is my question.
Yeah.
The Department of Homeland Security called the decision a victory for the rule of law and American taxpayers in a statement Tuesday from Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin. I can't stand every word that comes out of that woman's mouth. Both of them,
She's
really,
annoying.
but so annoying. Have you guys actually watched a video of them talking?
Yeah.
Listening to them speak is. Officials say they were disappointed, though the Office of California Attorney General Rob Bonta said in a statement Monday it was gratified that the court enjoined DHS broader efforts to obtain more sensitive health data, data of citizens, lawful permanent residents, and other people with lawful status, and data from other CMS-administered health programs. This is too much.
It's a lot. This
is
I didn't
far
think
too
you
much.
should be able to share. What happened to HIPAA?
Right.
HIPAA? What happened to HIPAA? That doesn't
Very
make any
curious.
sense. You're supposed to be able to, that information is not supposed to be public. I wonder if HIPAA does apply to this at all. Would this be a violation of that or no?
I'm very curious. I'm going to look into that actually when we're done. Monday's order notes that the Medicaid Services Agency, CMS, had set in the notice that it will share the minimum required information, such as citizenship and immigration status, location, and phone numbers. Well, at least they're getting the minimum. Immigrants unlawfully, I love how it says this, which this is literally my thought process when I saw the ruling. Immigrants unlawfully in the United States are largely not eligible for Medicaid.
Yeah, we
So,
know that. What's the purpose?
We're chasing ghost.
Yes, we
We're
are.
just chasing ghost. Essentially, this is the problem with the Trump administration. What they're trying to do
It is a violation.
is find things. They're trying to find errors. They're trying to find maybe mispayments and stuff like that, so they can point the finger and go, look, see, this is what we were saying the whole time. When for the most part, as we know, errors are common in this. And if it was unlawfully distributed, it was to be a mistake, not some blue skate propaganda machine or agenda to
Mm-hmm.
get immigrants on Medicaid so that they can vote Democrat. Because I'm so tired of hearing that talking point. So tired of
Right.
hearing that talking point. But all states are required to offer emergency Medicaid, temporary coverage that pays only for life saving services in emergency rooms to anyone, regardless of immigration status, which we saw the Trump administration has been trying to rule out for quite some time. Their biggest attempts being in the big, beautiful bill. And then we saw the CRs that led to the shutdown. They've really been trying to stomp that out. So that's what they're going to find.
They're not.
And we already know they want to do away with that. There's nothing else. There's
But
nothing else.
this is a HIPAA violation. In reading, it definitely is. It's not something that they should be able to do. So there are states who have sued, but the courts found that they could actually do it, which is strange. Let me see here. Um, the administration has taken the stance that the Human Health and Services Department sharing this information is lawful in order to prevent the misuse of Medicaid funds. But again, we know that undocumented immigrants do not receive Medicaid because they don't qualify, they don't have a social security number. Also, another thing, Hector, is have they been able to tell us yet just how much fraud is going on?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. There hasn't been a number put on it, so I'm like, what fraud is happening here?
It's the
Um,
same dance. It's the
yeah,
same dance. Let's find the fraud so we can point the finger.
yeah,
And I just love how, especially when we talk about Trump and his charges and his allegations and everything, their go-to talking point is innocent until proven guilty. Innocent until proven guilty. Where is the evidence? Wait till the trial's done. So on, so forth. But then when it comes to these cases, it's happening until we prove that it's not.
exactly.
It's
It's
completely in
happening.
reverse.
It and that's which is odd. Because I think you just said it. See, kind of a callback to earlier before we started the show. I don't recall if I took one or two doses today. I don't know. I feel like I took two, but I'm not sure. I know I took one. You know what? This is just going to be a day. But if you just said this, I do apologize because I'm super multitasking. But bro, um, it's like with Trump. I think you literally just said this, but it is like with Trump, where literally everything against him is an attack um, on him. And he's definitely innocent until proven guilty. And unfortunately, he's never proven guilty because for some reason or another, the man is friggin' Teflon. Seriously. But with that being said, he does everything that he says that everyone else is doing. The lawfare thing. I was talking about that with someone the other night. Like he has used the Department of Justice as his own personal like friggin' persecutors, not prosecutors, but persecutors, to go after any and everyone that he finds to be against him. So he's looking for retribution. But this here, this precedent that's being set with the courts allowing this administration, the Trump administration, to actually get the information of undocumented immigrants is setting a very, very dangerous tone because then we could go into, files being released, information being released about those receiving gender affirming care or those, seeking or receiving or have received an AB. So, like an abortion. So, this is dangerous, to be perfectly honest with you, because everything that Donald Trump does is a test. They're trying to see just how far they can go. I can go this far with undocumented immigrants. Let me see how far I can go with immigrants. Now, let me see how far I can go with citizens. It just keeps escalating. And we always say that, but it's like, no one's listening. We've been saying that for so long.
And another thing I thought about,
Hmm.
because it's the government,
Yeah.
and we know they're slow. They can have some errors in documentation.
Hmm.
I can think of an instance off the top of my head of a friend who had an issue with sending in something that was necessary, and then they said that they never got it, and then made a cancellation of some benefits. And it's what if there's an error in someone's documentation
That part.
of their status?
Hmm.
Imagine ICE barging in your door, trying to get you over a mistake on their part because we know they exist. So it's just, I don't know. I just don't understand how we justify the lack of care and consideration and actual vetting in our processes, how we justify the tossing away of checks and balances. I'll
Exactly.
never forget the first couple weeks and months into this administration where people were saying all the stuff you guys are saying Trump would do, even if that's true, there's checks and balances. And we've seen those hanging by a thread, like literally being pushed to the furthest freaking limit, and in some cases, failing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in those balances.
I don't
I
either.
think, if anything, this administration has showed that we need to. What's the word I'm looking for? It's
We
like
need new people in
iron around them.
Congress.
Put an iron dome around. Well, yes, that.
That
Yeah,
part. Okay.
yeah, because they'll bring up the right. I know that's a stretch, but one of the issues I have with impeachments, the few that we've had so far, I don't think they picked the right things to impeach
Oh.
him over. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
I
Like,
agree.
they don't use the right collectives. Like, I think there's better things. Like, I think the Epstein files and their handling of it is a more than perfect enough reason to go, we actually have a standing here.
Mm-hmm.
I think some actions in the government shutdown that took place when we saw how they refused to uphold to the Ninth District Court's laws, those are better reasons than I would say the tariff policies. When we
Yep.
tried to do it based off of that, that was stupid. That was never going to hold.
Never. You know, the Supreme Court still hasn't ruled yet on whether or not the tariffs that he placed under the IEPA are actually constitutional or not. They haven't ruled on it yet. Remember, he went to court for that.
Right.
Yeah, for the International Emergency Economic Powers Act. They haven't ruled on it. I'm like, when are they going to rule on that?
Is is it pending? Is it like
It's
what
pending.
is
Yeah, they heard the case. They're just having to make a decision on it. I think what's happening is like the six conservative justices, they know that he can't do this. They know that it's wrong, but they don't want to say that it's wrong because they don't want to go after Trump. I'm trying to tell you, this court is bought and paid for.
no, they don't.
Yeah.
Because
So
didn't we have that recent it was one day specifically or over the course of a few days where they saw several cases. I'm trying to remember what that date was.
they saw
And
several cases.
yeah, let me pull that up here. Let's review. The last big one was a couple of weeks ago, and there were so many things that were just not brought to the forefront. And I'm like, are we just intentionally pushing this back? Or are we just choosing not to touch this because you would have to put a ruling that's not in his favor? And then we've seen aggressively for the last few weeks, they're doing their best to put forward everything that makes him look good, especially in light of the Epstein files. That's why you saw that nonsense with the GDP. The GDP, look where the GDP is at. The GDP is good.
Oh yeah, they love talking about the GDP. We can't talk about anything else. Like, bro, the GDP, like we had record high GDP under Biden. It happened under Obama too. Like, why do we keep talking about the GDP as if it's the end all be all? They
And
not.
then
Mm-hmm.
they'll say, well, GDP isn't the only determining factor of a strong economy.
Exactly.
With Biden, it isn't. And then with
Yeah.
Trump, it's the end all be all.
Exactly. And then they really like to act as if the tariffs haven't had any impact on the economy whatsoever. Like literally, they argue that tariffs did not impact the farmers at all. Can you believe that argument? As if like our soybean farmers couldn't sell their crops for what? For an entire quarter, zero in sales in quarter two. And then what do we have also? We had the wheat gum and actual wheat and rice, just all different types of crops not being able to be sold, not just because of weather conditions, but also because of tariffs. So I don't know. I don't know. People just have the. I saw something today, Hector, but I might tell you about it offline that made
Hmm.
me really understand that like Trump supporters just simply lack comprehension skills. Like it's not a lack; they don't have comprehension skills, is what it is. I say that a lot. because I'm not kidding. They don't have it.
Um, Trump supporters, I would say the average, not even the average, I would say the majority of them ultimately suffer from a very heavy case. I'm not a doctor. I'm not prescribing anyone, but the signs that they show very much align with aggressive cases of like
Stupid
narcissistic
motherfucker.
behavior.
Oh,
That narcissism, okay? They have a vile amount of narcissistic tendencies and
yes,
behaviors, which makes sense because that's literally who they voted for. That's who they support.
exactly.
So one of the issues with narcissism is you believing that you're the top shit. You're believing that you're the exceptional everything else. For the blaggers, you're the exceptional Negroes. Is that nobody can tell you nothing. No one's smarter than you. These people will look at doctors. They will look at people in their professions, whether it's technology, medicine,
Yep.
foreign policy. They will look you dead in your face and they'll be like, see, that's that college education to corrupt you. You don't know the truth, blah, blah, blah. And I'm one of the loudest people about a college education isn't a sole and determining factor of intelligence,
Exactly.
6,000%. However,
Mm-hmm.
I know when to shut the hell up about certain topics.
That
I know when to
part.
hand the baton off to people who are knowledgeable in those fields. And
Exactly.
it's about knowing where that line is. And with them, there is none. Essentially, it's just
Mm-mm.
I read this somewhere, and it's usually not reading. Let's be real; it's hearing some shit off of Newsmax. I
Yeah.
heard this somewhere. It contradicted everything y'all said because I like how it made me feel warm and fuzzy inside. I believe it, and nobody can tell me nothing.
Exactly. And so I that and also the propensity of them to act as if they're experts on matters. The thing that I appreciate, of course, about myself and the people that I associate with is that no one pretends to be an expert on these matters. Like they have knowledge of it, but to pretend to be like some type of authority when speaking about this stuff, that has to be an illness. Like we are everyday Americans going about our lives, doing the very best that we can, like just trying to raise our kids if we got them, make sure that everything is taken care of, and get dinner on the table by 6:30. That's what we're trying to do. But these people get onto these platforms and pretend that they actually can interpret Supreme Court case law. Be so friggin' for real. Like, be for real. I, Come on. Like you can explain something, but to try to give an interpretation as like some type of authority on the matter, that's a bit insane to me.
The problem with their interpretations
They be
in their
wrong.
rulings, they don't.
Cause they
First off,
they got no comprehension skills.
if I'm not sure, I'm sure the average person hasn't gone through a SCOTUS ruling, so this is a dick to anyone. But what you're going to find, there's going to be a lot of words in there that maybe the average person doesn't understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a lot of like kind of loaded sentences in the sense of like point. But one, you have to be able to follow along with what's taking place. And they
That
can't
part.
follow nothing. And then you have to be able to understand the words that they're saying because there's a lot of bigger words in there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest. I've had to read a word and step aside and Google it for a second. I've had to do that.
It happens.
But the big thing is that you don't get to interpret what it says, right? It just
Exactly.
says what it says. It is what it is, and you just relay that information if you understand it properly. They
Exactly.
will read something and then they'll be like, "So this means this." It's no different from everything we see. With the all the big rah rah about the Minnesota fraud, Minnesota fraud, Minnesota
Oh
fraud. Everyone's talking
gosh.
about it. Not a single person actually understands what's happening there.
Yeah.
So then they'll read the story and go, "See, this means Democrats are evil, Minnesota's corrupt, Tim Walz is bought and paid for." And I'm like, "Oh, so what about the 35 million insurance fraud with farmers in Kentucky? Does that mean Kentucky's corrupt?" Well, then they'll say it's a Democratic governor. Anyway,
Exactly.
like it's reading and comprehension. They go hand in hand. You don't get to separate the two. A lot of y'all can read, but not a lot of y'all can actually interpret and understand what's being stated.
No, they really can't. One of the big things, because this case is going to be coming up in the new year, is going to be the birthright citizenship case. The Supreme Court is going to be hearing that at some point next year, likely in the first or second quarter. And so that can definitely be life changing. That's basically going to change the foundation of our law depending on how they rule. If they rule, and let's say that, those born to undocumented immigrants here in the United States of America are in fact not children, they're not naturalized within our jurisdiction. That can change a lot. And again, escalation, guys, escalation. Um, Escalation. That's all I have to say. Take it how you want, infer what it is that you want from it, and then get back to me. But with that being said, one of the things within that case is the actual wording of it. And
Mhm.
people just read words, but they don't look them up. And again, I'm no expert, I'm not an attorney or anything of that nature on it, but we are applying current day language to that time. All right. And if we are actually to apply current day language, then a domicile resident would be what they call an illegal alien, a domicile resident, because a domicile resident did not have, they were bound to the jurisdiction of the United States of America, but they weren't guaranteed any specific rights simply because we didn't have a permanent residency program at that time. They were simply just a person who lived in the United States of America. And also, they were a person who did not have citizenship and did not have a right to citizenship. So there's that. But yet they were still basically beholden to the law of the US. And so that's what a domicile resident was at that time in 1898 or 1897 when the case was heard. They ruled on the case in 1898. Also, another thing is that Wong Ark Kim, his parents, make sure I said his name right. Yeah, Wong Kim Ark.
Mm.
His parents actually left the U.S. in 1890. They left in 1890, so they weren't even here when the case was brought forward, nor when the case was ruled upon. They were not permanent residents in the way in which we talk about them today. They weren't permanent residents. They weren't lawful permanent residents, is what I wanted to say. And so they didn't have a green card. They weren't naturalized or anything of that nature. We even had the Chinese, the Chinese Naturalization Act back then, that basically Chinese people from China could not get citizenship in the United States of America. All right, but the reason that Wong Kim Ark was able to get citizenship is because he was born on U.S. soil in San Francisco. So Just Soleil does apply. Prior to the 14th Amendment, Just Soleil is what they went by. All right, if you were, but specifically if you were white, they used Just Soleil prior to the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment then started encompassing everyone except for indigenous people and the children born to diplomats. So, but I think that again, what we have, Hector, a lot is that people are just reading the words, but they're not looking at the nuance and the context of the words. So we have to be aware when we do things like that to ensure that we are taking the information in correctly, so that when we go share it with people, that we are being accurate. Because being factual is extremely important, because what's going to happen is, for the people that are listening, people are going to take this information and they're going to go have conversation in other spaces, at the dinner table, at the grocery store, so on and so forth. So accuracy is extremely important.
I hear it all the time,
Hmm.
from a lot of other creators, and I guess some people do it with me, thankfully. And it's good and concerning, where you hear someone go up on a panel and they say, "Well, I learned this from this person. I learned this from this, and I learned this from that person." And I've had several people come into my lives and bring up points that they heard from other specific places. I won't
And I'll
mention
be like,
names, and I'll be like,
"Eh,
"That's yeah."
then in your brain, you're like, how do I do this? How do I correct this and do it, with kid gloves? All right. Because you don't want to be like disrespectful, but you know.
And see, that's the thing. The truth isn't disrespectful.
Yes. I
Can you
always say the
relay
truth
it?
isn't mean. You're right. You're right.
Only appears so to the person offended by it.
Ooh,
Um,
that part.
it You can deliver it in a mean way.
You
I
sure can.
understand.
Sure can.
Delivery is important. But at the end of the day, like I've always been the type of person where it's like, hey, if I know it's coming from a good place, better yet, it can be coming from a bad place. I'm more
Mm-hmm.
concerned with the information than how the person said it to me, right?
Fair.
Like that's just me, but separate conversation. Uh, I'm still going into lives up to now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hearing people say that Kamala Harris served in all three branches of government,
Yeah, I thought I fixed that a long time ago.
and it's the more accurate thing to say is she what's the word I'm looking for? She served in about all three, with the third being adjacent to.
Yeah.
Because on the federal level, she did not serve in judicial. It was executive and it was legislative.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll still say it. They'll still say it. And that's for the most part. And this kind of goes back into the issues with the left and the right sometimes. And the average
Mm-hmm.
person, we just hear things, we
Yep.
just run with it. And I'm one of those people where I really want to live in a society, especially now with AI getting as good as it is,
Mm-hmm.
with the misinformation and disinformation campaigns we're particularly seeing from the right or just
Mm-hmm.
opportunistic people from
Yep.
either side. I want everyone to start doing a quick Google search of damn near everything you hear. Like if it's important enough, it's big enough, especially when it comes to our
Exactly.
politics, please do a quick
Just
Google
look
search.
into it really fast. Just look into it and get like a high level overview of it. All right. And then if it's something that interests you, you just begin to dig deeper.
Precisely. And it's not hard. It's really not hard to do it, especially with ChatGPT. And I try not to use ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Every time we use it, we know what it does. But it's a useful tool for people who are looking for accurate information. And then look at the sources that actually shows you in there. I grew up homeschooled, right? For
You
a
are a
couple years.
homeschool dropout.
I'm a homeschool dropout. There's a couple years that were not consistent. So there's like gaps in certain things. Even though I got my GED, there's a lot I don't know. So it was always normal for me to literally just pull up Google and do a quick search real quick
Mm-hmm.
because I was playing catch up.
Fair.
And that was my norm. It will never cease to amaze me. I'll hear people say things that I'll just whip it out. I'm like, bop, 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 bop. First page on Google. AI overview, even sometimes. It'll be like, no, that's wrong. And I'm like,
Exactly.
you believe this, especially for people older than me. You believe this shit for 40 something years. Is
Exactly.
that not embarrassing? I'd be
You
embarrassed when
never,
I'm wrong.
you never, me too. Me too. And I'm not afraid to correct myself either. Like, please correct me. Because the last thing I want to do is go around telling the wrong information. And like for the Kamala Harris thing, just so everyone is aware, Kamala Harris only served in two branches of government. That would be the legislative as a senator, all right, and that also would be the executive as the vice president, all right. On a state level, she did work, of course, in I guess if you want to count it that way, she did work in the executive, not executive, and the legislative,
Judicial.
the judicial as a AG. I'm so sorry, I forgot. In the judicial as a AG, but on a federal level, when we talk about the three branches of government, we know what we're talking about. We're talking about the Supreme Court, we're talking about Congress, and we're talking about the presidency. Okay, so executive, judicial, and legislative. She only worked in two of those, so two. So yeah, but I still hear that, and I'm like, we fixed that already. Like we fixed that, and it makes sense. But another thing, and I never said this out loud, but the deal to sell the oil plants to Saudi Arabia was already in works when Donald Trump took office. He just completed the deal to sell the plants. Yeah. The only deal that he made with OPEC, I'm buffering for some reason. I got to fix that too.
I saw it. Yeah.
But yeah, the only deal that we made with OPEC that Trump made on his own was to decrease the oil supply in 2020 for 2 years, so until 2022, because he wanted to basically manipulate the price of oil. That's it. Because he thought that he was going to win, and so basically he wanted to manipulate the price, even though this fool was aware of the pandemic. All right, so oh, that makes me think of something, and maybe I'm going too far back. Follow me here. All right, he did this deal in early January of 2020, the OPEC Plus deal, right? Where they, again, decreased the oil for those who are just coming in, who are listening. he did that, right? Because he wanted to bring the price of gas down. That's what he wanted to do, right? So he got on TV though and told us that pandemic was only going to last for 2 weeks. Remember he said that it was
Hmm.
going to be for 2 weeks. And so my mind now is thinking he did think that he was going to win the 2020 election, right? So what if this entire time, like, he fully was aware, he fully was aware that the pandemic was going to be longer than the 2 weeks. That's always been the inference from him. Like, we got it, but yeah. Hmm. Do you think he wanted to raise the price of gas when things open back up?
I think, willingly,
So timid.
intentionally or not, Republicans have this tendency to pass policies
Mm-hmm.
that will come into fruition, or you'll really see the effects of it, usually after they're done pissing everyone off and Democrats win.
Yeah.
And then everyone wants to blame Democrats for it.
Yeah.
The amount of times I had to go over with people whose tax plan we were still under in the Biden administration because they kept saying he raised your taxes. No, you still had the doubling of the standard deduction under the Biden administration. Then they go in the I never remember if it's the IRA or if it's the Infrastructure Act. One of them that had the provision to hire a couple thousand more IRS agents. Then they'll say, "See, he hired more IRS agents to go get you for your taxes." That was a task force. And if you look at the designation, they went after people who made I don't remember the threshold was 100 million, but it was roughly around that range. So it was only to get more revenue from the individuals who are already making buku amounts of money. People
Yeah.
don't know these things, but yeah, people don't know that. They don't see the impacts of the EV tariffs and how that actually contributed to the lowering of energy costs for a period and getting
Mm-hmm.
some of the subsidies and benefits that we got from there. Thank you for the gift. They don't notice any of that. It's everything that happens under Biden was Biden's fault.
Yeah.
And then you can look at executive order, you can look at bipartisan legislation, and nowhere in that did it even affect the things that they were talking about. No one wanted to talk about the Dodd-Frank Act and that being repealed and how it led to more homes being owned by
Exactly.
everyone wants to go BlackRock now. So it's just,
Blackstone.
can we be so fucking for real? I
I
just,
don't know if I want to. I like being delusional.
they do. I know that much.
No, I do too. I really like being delusional. It's fun. No,
A lot
seriously.
of less headaches.
Yeah. Like, what am shit? What? I don't have to live in reality. Everything is rainbows and sunshine. Yeah.
For a particular complexion. I had a lot more hairs when I was delusional.
Ooh, I got a pimple. Thank you, Shauna. Oh, I'm not supposed to do that. We're not supposed to do that, Hector. I'm gonna edit this part out. We don't say thank you for the gifts, but I think we both did because it was Shauna. Because I know that was Shauna.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
Did you see what the DOJ just did?
Oh no, what did they do?
Um, let me put it back up on the screen. Virginia just got sued for in-state tuition to for undocumented students.
Why
The
can't they
Justice
get in
Department.
state? Hold up, time out. Okay, you're gonna read it. You're gonna read it, but like what? They live within the state and they can go to school. Are they DACA?
We're about to find out.
Okay.
The Justice Department sued Virginia for granting in-state tuition to undocumented students, saying the policy violated federal law by favoring those students over citizens who live outside Virginia and don't qualify for in-state benefits.
Oh, that's okay. That's different.
What?
How are they getting in-state tuition then? That doesn't make any sense.
I'm confused. And then how is it favoring them? How would they qualify for in-state tuition and then Virginians don't?
Exactly. That
I'm
doesn't make any
confused.
sense. Let's read this story, please.
The lawsuit filed Monday in the Eastern District of Virginia asked a federal judge to bar the state from enforcing the policy, saying it's not only wrong but illegal. In Virginia and nationwide, schools cannot provide benefits to illegal aliens that they do not provide to U.S. citizens. I don't care what the fuck what Pam Bondi has to say. Where's the allegation coming from? Virginia is the seventh state to be sued by the Justice Department over similar policies across the country. Currently, 22 states and district. I'm not reading all of this. I'm skipping to the part where this allegation is true. I'm skipping to the part where it shows that these people are
doing whatever
have no legal status.
The Trump administration says that they're doing.
Especially in Virginia, of all places. It's not quite blue, but it's purple. A lot of GOP people there. In Virginia, any student, regardless of legal status, who attends 2 years of high school in Virginia and who paid or whose parents paid state income taxes, among other requirements, can receive in-state tuition and other aid. The law was passed in 2020 when Ralph Northam, a Democrat, was Virginia's governor. Okay, so this is law. And now they're saying that this impedes on federal law, because it says regardless of legal status. So I guess the claim is now,
interesting,
it's not just undocumented, because undocumented, as we know, can be legal. You can still have legal standing in the United States without having that document. But this is, I guess, broadly applies to straight up illegal. That's allegedly, accordingly. I was unaware of this.
I was unaware of it too.
See, in Republican-led states such as Texas and Oklahoma, state attorneys generals made settlement agreements with the Trump administration this summer that struck down policies providing in-state tuition to undocumented students. The resolutions were approved by local federal judges. So this is something that was done in several states, including Texas as of this year. Texas, of all places, under fucking Hot Wheels Abbott, was doing the exact same thing. The only difference is they just settled.
They did.
Interesting.
But a lot of them settled with the Trump administration because they're litigious as fuck, and so they'll basically just keep them wrapped up in court, and it'll just cost more and more money. All the while, he'll also be withholding like federal funding, like what he did to Harvard. What he tried. What was the other schools? Harvard, Columbia, so many schools, and so that's pretty much why they end up settling.
Apparently, it's still under review. The settlements in Texas and Oklahoma by appellate courts. Awesome. There's some other ones in Kentucky, Illinois, Minnesota, and California.
Great.
An estimated 510,000 undocumented students attend institutions of higher education across the country, including roughly 13,000 in Virginia, according to the President's Alliance on Higher Education and Immigration, an advocacy group made up of U.S. college and university leaders. Costs at top Virginia universities can vary by tens of thousands of dollars for in-state and out-of-state tuition. At the University of Virginia, for example, the cost of in-state undergraduate tuition for a first-year student ranged from roughly $16,500 to $27,000 for the 2025.
I wasn't looking at my screen per se. What the hell was that noise? What was that? What are you doing?
It was air. It was breath.
Oh, why are you so exasperated?
Because this is expensive.
Oh, well,
and Virginia would be one of the cheaper states.
Are you sure? Wait, why do you think Virginia would be one of the cheaper states? As a Virginian, no, it's not.
Compared to, if we're talking about Colorado, obviously California, that's an easy one. I would even say a place like Oregon. Yeah. Oh, I know you guys are awfully close to D.C.
Not awfully close. Like, they carved out a piece of Virginia to make DC. A piece of Virginia and Maryland to make DC is like right there. So like Norva is extremely expensive. Like $1 million home is like the norm up there. And then also certain parts of like Hampton Roads in Norfolk and also in Richmond, $1 million homes. Because I know that in Norfolk, largest naval base, we have so much military in the Hampton Roads area. Virginia's not cheap. I just want to let you know that. I don't know. I felt offended when you said that it would be one of the least, like, less expensive ones. No.
Yeah, this would still, those sections specifically would contribute to the higher average overall compared to the more rural-ish areas. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Senator Jennifer B., she was one of the co sponsors, said it aimed to stabilize Virginia's economic future by educating kids who could work in high demand jobs in healthcare, education, and technology. Yeah,
Yep.
that is a good thing for our economy and society to have educated people who are in Virginia. These are some of the hardest working kids, and I believe they deserve access to a degree, which
I agree.
I don't, I don't disagree with.
Why are we
I don't
getting
disagree
mad
with.
at people for like paying tuition? Like, what are we doing? Why are we upset with people paying tuition and then going to college? Like, you go to college, you get a degree. You can only add to, to the country by doing so. So I don't see what the issue is other than xenophobia and likely racism. That is the issue.
And we're not meeting these people with a middle ground. We're not saying, hey, let's make a pathway to citizenship now. Since you're
No,
though, imagine being 3 years into your bachelor's and getting an order to leave the country, or better yet, if you're lucky, ice breaking in your door and just taking you. Imagine getting a landing a steady job
I'd be
with your
pissed.
degree and then leaving. It's the cruelty that kills me. You want to enforce law,
Every single
enforce the
time.
law. I don't support it, but it's on the books and we have to enforce it.
Every
But
single time.
it's never actually respecting the people who are here, not committing crimes, benefiting to society, trying to better themselves and better our economy. There's just no way out for them. And there's been
Exactly.
no legislation from the party of we want legal immigration that has been put forward to make it easier. In fact, if anything, it's gotten so much worse
I hate it here.
every day,
We don't like,
every day.
can we just, mm, here we are. How did we get here? How did we get here?
Oh, there's more.
Because white people. What, huh?
Suk Young Oh, the executive director of the Asian American advocacy
Stop
group
my
Hamke
song like I
Center.
wasn't singing, but okay.
Go ahead.
No, I don't want to finish anymore.
Oh my God.
I don't.
Said her organization worked alongside coalition partners to help draft portions of the original bill to ensure it complied with a federal code. That code requires that if a non citizen is granted a post secondary educational benefit on the basis of residency, then a U.S. citizen must also be granted that same benefit. So this is undoing the entire argument that we read at the top here,
Mm-hmm.
which is they were saying that undocumented migrants were getting the benefit versus in state citizens.
Exactly.
I'm going to read some more up on this code.
They are stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
Would you like to tell the people about your shirt, Erica?
My shirt?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this shirt is pretty cool. It says Ronald Reagan sold crack. All right. It's my new favorite tee. I got it from somewhere.
Crackers, crackers,
I said what I
crackers,
said.
minus the er.
I said what I said. So yeah, he did that. For real, he did. See? Um, yeah. Um, last cookout, the last cookout. I think we all can use our deductive reasoning and go from there. All right. But yeah, that's what we got. That's what we got. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is wicked, 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 wicked work. I'm trying to see something really quick.
Virginia, which grants in-state tuition not based on residency but based on high school attendance, among
Yes.
other requirements, do not prevent a U.S. citizen in another state from qualifying for in-state tuition. So again, this is an allegation with no substance.
Yeah. I want to talk about something. I mean, because like everything you talk about the Trump administration, like think about this year. Like, dude came in and immediately declared a national emergency at the southwestern border, claiming we're under invasion. We're not under an invasion. His what is it? His Department of Justice has had an entire year and many court cases to actually prove that we are being invaded, and they haven't done so. All right. That is why, what was it, in May? A judge found that they hadn't provided credible evidence to support the assertion that we are under invasion. So the plane with the 274 Venezuelan migrants were ordered to be turned around, but that Emile Beauvais, and the Department of Justice, along with Christy Norm, because that's who they blamed it on. They ended up blaming it on Norm. I haven't heard anything from her in a minute, by the way, but they kept the plane going to El Salvador, sent those men and a few women to CCOT, but the women were denied entry because they don't house women there. But yeah, so there's that. Um, like it's just so they've had so many opportunities to do so. Remember when he tried to deport the children back to, was it Guatemala?
I don't remember, but I know
Yeah,
what story you're talking about. I'm
yeah. It's a
I'm
lot.
reading the code.
Well, guys, basically, it's a lot. While Hector's looking at that, I want to talk about something more my speed, more fun, because there's nothing more that I enjoy doing, and this is recorded, all right, than making fun of Donald Jimothy Trump. Matter of fact, I'm not going to call him Jimothy. It's Donald Jethro Trump, okay? Because he acts like a goddamn hillbilly. He's not. He's not smart. You know, actually, what was the guy's name from Beverly Hillbillies? Jed Clankett. I don't remember his last name. That man was smart. He was smart. So no offense to hillbillies. All offense to Trump. So there's that. Anywho, moving on. Let's talk about this arch that Donald Trump wants to do. The arch, the arch, the Trump arch. You know what I'm talking about, Hector? You don't know what I'm talking about? Really?
Mm-mm.
Wow, that's crazy. Hmm. I'm gonna pull it up for you then, if you don't know what I'm talking about, because it's the arch. What am I supposed to call it? It's the arch. I got like 35 things open. Let me see, which one is this one? I should have named them all. That way I would have known what they are. All right, let me see. Shake, 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 shake your booty.
I am baffled.
Oh, yeah, me too. I half the time I don't know what I'm doing. That's a note. That's not it.
Like I'm reading the code.
What code? Code for what?
This is going to be Title 8 from Aliens and Nationality 1631.
Oh, okay.
No, not 1631, particularly 1623. Uh, limitation. Hold on.
What's this one? Let me see.
And just interrupt me whenever you're ready. Limitation on eligibility for preferential treatment of aliens not lawfully present on basis of residence for higher education benefits. In general, notwithstanding any other provisions of law, an alien who is not lawfully present, and this is page 575, if anyone curious, lawfully present in the United States shall not be eligible on the basis of residence within a state, which we already went over. Virginia takes into consideration not residency, but attendance at school. So it would be aligned with this code. Or political subdivision for any post-secondary education benefit unless a citizen or national of the United States is eligible for such a benefit in no less an amount, duration, and scope, without regard to whether the citizen or national is such a resident. This was in effect since 1998.
Okay. What's the problem?
Exactly. They're not doing it by residency. They're doing it by attendance. And there is no preferential treatment. So I'm confused.
Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, Trump, Trump. Trump, 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 Trump. Trump, 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 Trump.
Let's see, guys.
Trump, Trump, Trump. I'm on bullshit today, by the way. I don't really. It's a lot. It's a lot. What am I supposed to do? I can't keep crashing out, Hector. I can't. It's not healthy.
Also, DHS is wilding out again. Not
Oh,
DHS.
holy stuff.
HHS.
You know what? You know what's funny is that Bubba has been like constantly talking about Red 40. So I'm wondering what's going on in the world of like kid YouTube.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he's been talking a lot about Red 40. You know that has Red 40 in it. Like, bro, please, can you while he eats hot Cheetos.
No. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, there's that. Kids, bro.
Not
Kids, yo, they are
not
so fucking funny.
not Bubba FK.
Yes.
See.
Yes. Yeah. You know it got Red 40 in it. Like, bro, what are you doing? Ah. Okay,
Yeah.
let me see here. I got like so many things. I can't. Oh, here it goes. Right here. Here's the Trump arch. I had to like get it all set up for everyone to be able to see. But here's the Trump arch. This is Trump's monument to himself. This is unprecedented. This is a lot of unprecedented things have happened a lot this year. But yeah, this right here, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because construction on it is set to start in 2 months. So basically, like around February, they want to start building this thing. And Trump really, really wants this build for his 250th celebration. So the what the fuck was the word? Hector, I'm gonna find that word. Hold on one moment. Yeah,
Is that
semi-quincentennial celebration. Ain't that a word? Say that 35 times fast.
I most certainly will not.
Okay, I tried.
It's rough.
Yeah. They want to build it like across from the Lincoln Monument. Like, what has Donald Trump done to be deserving of a monument? Nothing. Not a damn thing. Nothing. He's like modeling it after the Arc de Triomphe in Paris. So that, yeah. But
The fuck?
what the fuck has he done? It's
It hasn't
ridiculous.
even been a year.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't. I think that is silly. Like, this man is a megalomaniac. Right? He needs all the adulation. I hope I said that right. Um, which is of course praise. He needs all of the praise. He needs all of the good words. All of the good words.
Is
Like,
his face in it?
I don't want to find out. I just exited out of it, and you no, I didn't. Here it goes. It's still here.
I was
What?
looking, I didn't see it. That's why I was
What if
actually
his
confused.
What if his face is like on the top of the
The like
statue?
angel at the top.
Yeah. What if?
That's just gonna get vandalized.
Ew. Yeah, they're gonna spray paint that so bad. They're gonna constantly have to come and clean it up. That thing wouldn't stand a chance. I guarantee you that thing would probably be standing for about a good month. A good month before it's toppled. Yeah. Ew. I what has he done? He's so gross.
I'll tell you what's funny,
Childish. She's gross.
and this is completely random.
Uh-huh.
As I was looking for the photo, I saw something shown to me by BuzzFeed
Uh-huh.
of Harrison Ford. Actually, I'll put it up on the screen for y'all.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Did you guys know that Harrison Ford is a Trump supporter?
Don't say stuff like that.
You didn't know?
Don't say stuff like that, bro. Come on.
You didn't know?
No. Harrison, well, he's old and he's white. Of course, he's a freaking Trump supporter. Old, white, and wealthy. Yeah, that makes sense. He's no Jane Fonda. Shout out to Jane Fonda. She's awesome.
I just find that crazy. Hold on. Let me put it up for y'all.
Oh, I just had a thought while you're pulling this up. You know what? White women, be more like Jane Fonda. All right? That lady's been deconstructing since like the late 60s. She knows that it's a lifelong journey. That's what she knows. Be more like Jane Fonda.
In the world of
Is this a real photo or is this AI?
Caroline Levitt's be a Jane Fonda.
Yes.
This picture is fake. Completely fake.
I know it.
All
Oh my
altered.
god, my media literacy is on point. I knew it. I was like, that's not real. Fucking hey, that's
All bullshit.
okay.
Eric, I'm not going to say that this doesn't happen on our side of the aisle
Uh huh.
because I don't know.
Okay.
I will say I have quite literally never seen an intentional, outside of humorous, an intentional attempt by anyone on our side of the aisle to put forward shit like that. First off, we already have the celebrities. Let's get that out the way. But I've never seen anyone on the left like intentionally make this shit to make things seem a certain way for Democrats. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. So I was just reading up on the story from here that was talking about how this photo has been fake. It was altered. It was spread all over Twitter at the time by a far right nut job. And it didn't change the fact that people ran with it. And I'm just like, you guys got to stop being so comfortable with being stupid at all.
Sorry.
Because the average person saw that meme, and I'm sure believes it
I'm never
still
watching
to this
Star
day.
Wars again. Never. I'm never watching Star Wars ever again.
See, I don't know Star Wars, but I know Indiana Jones.
I'm never watching Indiana Jones again. I know Indiana Jones. Actually, I've never sat through an entire Star Wars movie. Ever. Never.
I tried.
I
It's
refuse.
rough.
I won't do it. But that's weird. I wonder who else they got like that. Like fake Trump supporters.
Several people, I'm sure. I can't remember who the big one was this year.
That's crazy.
That they tried to say supported Trump. Not this year, last year.
You know who I was so disappointed to find out supported Donald Trump?
Who?
Ted Nugent.
What?
I'm just fucking with you. Bruh.
I went straight to Google. Because it's like, it's funny how we could probably go over a bunch of names and then in the back of our head, we'd be like, I can see it. Especially for the white ones, especially for white men.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised at this point when white men don't support him.
Exactly. When they don't support him, I'm like, I know Dirk Nowitzki doesn't support him.
Good.
His wife's not going for that. I'm ridiculous. I want to do something fun. Can we do something fun?
What?
Can we read Trump like the Trump posts from this year, like his tweets and shit?
Hell. Not the Truth Social.
Yeah, the truth socials, the truths. Can we read the truths?
Fucking hate that word. Hate
I
it.
have fun.
Hate it.
Truths.
Hold on. Let me see if I still. Because the reason why I have a Truth Social, well, I don't have a Truth Social. Someone gave me their burner for Truth Social. Yep, I still have it. Where I go to. Oh, they made some changes.
Listening.
So for a time period, a couple months ago, they stopped the public from viewing Donald Trump's Truth Social. Like it used to be, anyone can go to Truth Social and look at posts, like within like reason. Then there'll be a limit there, so you have to make an account. But I could go to Trump's Truth Social, scroll through a couple days without needing to make an account. They stopped it. They changed it, and then they made it to where you had to have an account to view it. Go figure. So I got someone's burner, and that's what I've been using to see his posts, and that's mostly what I go to because sometimes looking up on Google and whatnot is annoying. But yeah, y'all, they looks like they changed it because I just went there and I'm now on his Truth Social. The last post I see was, or pinned post was 7 hours ago. I'll read that in a bit. But the other one is add 8 minutes ago. I want to see what it says. Let me put it up on the screen for y'all. 8 minutes ago, this man was fucking around. Let me go back to Chrome. Hope everyone can read that. Here we go.
Are you gonna read it, Trump? Oh, this is gonna be fun. Go ahead.
We are removing the National Guard from Chicago, Los Angeles, and Portland, despite the fact that crime has been greatly reduced by having these great patriots in those cities. And only by that fact, only, I tell you, only. Portland, Los Angeles, Los Angelos, we call it over in Florida. We don't know how to pronounce things. And Chicago will gone if it weren't for the federal government stepping in. We will come back, perhaps in a much different and stronger form, when crime begins to soar again. Only a question of time. It is hard to believe that these Democrat mayors and governors, all of whom are greatly incompetent, the worst I've ever seen, would want us to leave, especially considering the great progress that has been made. President DJT. Yeah, there's that. There's that. My New York resolution is to delete. This was his most recent, and it was 8 minutes ago. You know what pisses me off, Erica?
What?
At any point in time, you can go to Donald Trump's Truth Social, and you will see a post within 15 minutes. I swear to fucking God. It doesn't matter if it's morning, afternoon, evening, night, midnight. You're seeing a post within a 15-minute radius. And I'm like, why does this bother no one? Why does this bother no one?
I know. I just wonder when he sleeps. That's why he's as weird as he is. Like,
That part.
like he's sleep deprived. So there's that. Also, he's fucking gross.
And then within that post, sorry, 19 minutes beforehand, he made another one. Go ahead.
What did the one that he made beforehand say?
I'm not doing an impression for this. The Democrats are a bunch of cheaters and thieves that never want to do what's good for America. As an example, they refuse to even consider voter identification. Why? Because they want to cheat, and the Republicans should not put up with this and many other such things any longer.
The hell are you talking about?
Same old talking point. Voter identification is going to eliminate undocumented migrants voting, despite the fact that we know they don't, by and large.
No, absolutely not. No. Oh, well, you know what, Hector? I'm sorry. I have a lot of I do have a lot of care in me. There's a lot of just a lot of shit. It's always something. Like he took flooding a zone to a whole new level. Like remember, like literally, you can't think about it all. It's just so much. Like who cares? Who cares? But speaking of that photo from of Harrison Ford, all right, one of our awesome viewers over on the Tube, 20th Century Y, said something pretty cool. They said, what if we use AI to make videos of our opposition telling the truth? The algorithm could take what the person says and invert it back to the truth. FDT. I know that's right. What if they did that though? Like, I think that could work. That's a friggin' genius idea. A friggin' genius idea. Like they.
So we make
Go ahead.
like an AI video of Ted Cruz
Telling the
saying, that I would reference a study too. That would be funny. Like a video, AI video of Ted Cruz going, "Yeah, so documented migrants are a net benefit to the economy per this research." This research.
Yes, a video of Trump actually telling the truth, saying, "Yes, my tariffs are inflationary, and so I was wrong in actually applying them. So here's how tariffs really work." And then, like, boom. Yeah, I think somebody make that happen. We need to make that happen. Who knows how to use AI?
Remember when I became a convicted felon and I knew it was going to happen, or at least I did my best to ensure it didn't happen? And it happened. It happened. Things happen. So then I set up the Supreme Court to do a ruling that would pardon or excuse me of certain crimes as a president. Remember when I did that? And then all of that led to my unconditional discharge. It's a Class E felony. It's a Class E felony. You can't do much with a Class E felony. No jail time.
No joke.
Remember when they gave me that unconditional discharge? Never forget. 34 counts of fraud because I tried to take the money I paid to get my rocks off with Stormy Daniels under business records. Some shit like that. I don't fucking know. You got to do the accordion hands. Always have to get the accordion hands.
I was at the island. I was there.
So you do it better.
We're besties. So we did the things, and but no face, no case. Just telling the truth. So there's
Oh my
that.
god. See, you. It's literally you got it, and it's the speed too. Well, he got a little bit slower over the years, I'll
You have
say,
to
but
do it with
yeah.
like the words in which you say. And so, we're the hottest country ever, hottest it's ever been. You guys, you know, even though people should learn about history, they don't have to learn about slavery. I just don't think that it's important for people to keep talking about slavery. It was so long ago. But you never forget that they stole the election from me in 2020.
The
I won
sniffling is
that fair and
crazy.
square. And Biden, Sleepy Joe. Oh my God, I'm getting so fucking good at this. Oh my God.
I want y'all to pay. If you didn't, I'm gonna put some spotlight on this. If you guys were paying close attention to the longer word she used, the wider the hands got. I don't know if y'all caught that.
That's what he
The
does.
longer word she used, the wider the hands got.
That's what he
So
does.
when he was on the stage, world fucking stage, embarrassing the country, talking about acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. How do you say it? How do you say it? Acetaminophen. See, I said it. Acetaminophen. So. Yep.
Diabolical.
There's that. I mean, fucking man, that dude's a fucking. Like, I don't know what words to use for him, like how to describe this guy. He's just a. Like I don't. Yeah. Anywho, I want to read some Trump tweets, some Trump truth is what we call them. All right.
There's no substance to this shit.
None whatsoever. None, absolutely none. Just none. He sucks. Okay, let me do it here. Okay, and bring it down. Okay. There we go. You ready, Hector? You ready for this awesomeness that is my Trump impersonation? All right, Erica, don't fuck up now. All right, don't mess up now. Okay. People that are against tariffs are fools. We are now the richest, most respected country in the world with almost no inflation and a record stock market price. 401ks are high as ever. We are taking in trillions of dollars and will soon begin paying down our enormous debt. 37 trillion. Record investment in the U.S. Plants and factories going up all over the place. Dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everyone. You got to do the lip thing too. But guys, if we're telling the truth, all right, we do have inflation. Inflation is constant. It's always there. It's always going up. It's always changing. Okay? All right, guys, our enormous debt, he contributed to it. Our debt is almost at $40 trillion. It's actually over 37 trillion. This tweet
There you
comes
go.
from
You gotta add the truth in it. There you go.
Comes from November. So we want to tell the truth, guys. All right, and he keeps talking about the damn stock market. But guys, we got to think about the stock market, okay? The stock market changes, all right? It could do something different in January, guys. It could, we could be a little cold, a little lukewarm. But, I tried to tell them. I said, hey, Hector, all right? The stock market's hot right now. But you never know what it's going to do in January. All right? All right? I can't promise you a year of affordability. But, we got to give it a try. I just keep telling the American people every day, all right, that things are good. And they believe me, as long as you don't tell them anything's bad. Hey, we have nothing to worry about. Okay, guys? Coke is cocaine. It's cocaine.
Not him posting an article, because apparently all he posts is other bullshit articles, but mostly from the New York Post. I love how he loves the New York Post.
He loves the New York Post. The New York Post is one of the rags that he posted his little letter about the Central Park Five, now known as the Exonerated Five. Yep, one of the rags.
Posted, Putin attack bluster shows Russia is the one standing in the way of peace.
What? No way.
This is a real post that he put up on his Truth Social. Granted, it's an opinion piece. I would argue it's not. It's factual. But he posted this 2 hours ago.
That's your friend.
Tagline reading: the mood was cautiously optimistic after Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky emerged from his Mar-a-Lago meeting on Sunday. I remember seeing it. Obviously, when it comes to any of these dealings, I'm disgusted at any of the concessions that Ukraine has to make. But Zelensky has been like showing promise and like agreeing to them and ending this situation.
Oh, yeah.
And despite all of this, we saw over the fucking weekend, Homeboy started blowing up the Capitol.
Yes. He got bored.
It'll never cease to amaze me how they want to talk about how we're trying to find peace and we're stopping all these wars. And in the midst of every ceasefire deal, every peace agreement, people are still getting blown to fucking pieces. It never actually fully stops.
Exactly.
But he'll be the first to go on Truth Social and be like, I'm the greatest. I've ended all these wars.
Ended all these wars. It needs to be a little bit more nasally. It's a little too deep. And it's like a little bit more nasally.
Gotta do the nasally part.
Yeah. Like, you gotta speak from like up here. Speak from your nose. Your nose is
struggling
here.
already because of my damn chest.
Yeah. Oh, then stop doing it.
It's funny though.
It's hilarious. It's the funniest shit ever. Like fucking Trump. But anywho, he misread that headline just like he misread his like he couldn't type his own name. This was fun.
No.
Ain't gonna hold you. That was a fun one.
Curious. I'm looking up one of the claims he made in this post.
Okay, let me see here. The great B-12 pilots have just landed safely in Missouri. Thank you for a job well done. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States. Donald. I would have just left it. I would have said, who gonna check me, boo? If I did a typo like that, I would have just left it. He didn't. He deleted it and fixed it.
Of course he did.
I would have just left it because why not? Why not? That's not even like, it's not his most unhinged, but Trump has said some things this year. You know, his holiday posts have been a point of fun.
Oh, God.
The radical left. I'm just getting all my Trump impersonations out because I think I'm going to retire it for the new year.
I do my best to avoid hearing the sound of his voice.
Me too. I would rather read it than hear it. Like when I had to watch that rally that he gave to the American people about 2 weeks back, talking about the economy, and we all thought he was about to announce that he was dropping boom booms on somebody, but he just wanted to lie to us about the economy. I listened to that thing a few times. I was mad. Like, I hate the sound of your voice. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress. Is that how the words go? I don't know. Hector, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Talk about Kendrick Lamar.
What about him?
When he told Drake that I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way you dress.
Oh, in Euphoria.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm that level of hating when it comes to Trump.
Yeah, they'd be like, you hate Trump. I'd be like, and what's your point? Yeah. Yes, I do. I do not like that man, okay? He's not a good person. Really bad.
To my nerds out there, I'm Lex Luthor. He's Superman. That level of hating.
I don't get it. I'm not a nerd.
You don't get it? Did you at least watch the new Superman movie?
Why would I do that?
Take Bubba to go see that movie. In fact, it's on HBO Max. You can watch it from the comfort of your home.
No, we're a Marvel family over here.
Don't do this.
Yes. We
Don't
are
do
a
this.
MCU family. Asking if I've ever read a comic? No. But Marvel's so much better. It's just superior. Action.
The movie's still good, goddammit.
Also, the DCU movies are like shot in very, very dark light. It's like, why do they not want me to see the movie? The fuck are we doing?
They don't like colors.
They don't.
They're a couple shades away from
Being
black
black
and
and
white
white, the
movies.
fuck. Not even just black and white, but just super low light. Like,
That's
bruh,
why you would like the new Superman movie. It's bright as fuck.
turn on a fucking panel light around these parts. What are we doing? But yeah, I tried to watch the one, the Batman and the Superman one.
Mm.
I went to sleep within the first 10 minutes. I was like, I probably snored. Yeah, I did that. I don't know what Hector's doing.
I'm reading a story here of Did you know the Trump administration is now trying to withhold funds from Minnesota?
Yeah, because of
Specifically,
Can you stop
specifically,
yawning? Every time you yawn, I yawn.
I yawn.
You did yawn.
I did a deep breath.
That
Like,
was a yawn.
I don't know what you're talking about. Trump administration says it's withholding child care funds, not just any care,
Oh, God.
child care, from Minnesota amid fraud allegations. Trump administration said it's frozen child care payments for the state of Minnesota after a conservative YouTuber alleged that several centers run by. Don't get me. I'm going to get into that in a second.
The
Several
video is
centers
full
run.
of malarkey.
It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. Run by Somali immigrants were taking public money without providing care. In a post on X on Tuesday, top official with the Department of Health and Human Services cited the viral video and said the agency would target blatant fraud that seems to be rampant in Minnesota. State officials have pushed back against allegations of fraud in the video. Immigration enforcement has recently ramped up in the state, home to the largest population of Somali immigrants in the U.S., after President Donald Trump said he didn't want them in the country.
Mm-hmm.
We've frozen all child care payments to the state of Minnesota. I'm curious if they actually froze it, if they're just talking. That's what it's in.
It's the beginning.
Department said it would suspend the annual payment of $185 million to the state, pending a field review of the centers in question. So what's going to happen
When
to
does the
these
money go out?
American families with their American children when they do this?
You know what's
Interesting.
crazy though is that like what is it, like 57% of the 80,000 Somalis that are in Minnesota are natural born citizens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so a large majority, because 57. All right, so the majority are citizens, U.S. citizens. And so what's going to happen to, the other kids? Like, how are they going to go to daycare if this funding is being stopped? Like, this money goes towards operational costs. It goes towards costs to feed the kids. Like, it's like, what are we doing? I'm so fucking tired of this threatening to withhold money. That's literally how he's been doing everything, Hector, is by withholding money from people. That's how he's been getting everyone to do exactly what it is that he wants. That's how he made CBS, get rid of Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
Money. All right. ABC with Kimmel. Money.
Capitalism runs everything.
Cash rules everything around him. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. I think I took
CBS. I think you did. CBS found no evidence of fraud when it reviewed public records for these centers, although it did find citations related to safety, cleanliness, equipment, and staff training.
Mm-hmm.
We know this. This is why several of them were not even active. They were closed down. All but 2 of the facilities mentioned in the video had active licenses and were all visited by state regulators in the last 6 months.
That's different from what I read. The one that had the spelling mistake, the learning center, I think is the first one that he went to. That one's been closed for a few years.
Yes.
Yeah, that one's been. I'm not gonna play that video here. I'm not giving him the views. But yeah, so that one's been closed, and then also, he didn't provide in that video. He didn't provide any type of evidence to show that these centers, like the one with the spelling error, received $1.99 million in federal aid. He didn't provide anything to show. that they did that. It was just a claim coming from his mouth. That's all he did. And this is my whole thing. It's like they can just say something. They literally can yell fire in the middle of a crowded movie theater. All right. And then everyone just panics, believes them. There never was any fire. There's never any fire. Like the people who committed the fraud, Hector, are being held accountable.
Yeah.
So
Specifically, were being held accountable and were prosecuted under the Biden administration.
exactly. Prosecuted under the Biden administration. But then also, I just think that it's crazy that this somehow, some way is an entire indictment, all right, in totality of Somalians and Somalian Americans in Minnesota. And that, literally everywhere. Yeah.
The video, one of the videos of the centers that the guy showed, if you literally go to the front of it, it was a restaurant. It wasn't even active. It was an active restaurant there. And then there was other ones where he was being denied entry because who the fuck are you? You don't just get to walk around and then show people's kids on camera.
Exactly.
Like, duh. Duh. And none of them know what her actual name is. The orchestrator of this, they have
Amy
no
Brock.
idea who it is. It's no different from
No, her name is
inevitably.
Amy Brock.
Oh, no, I know her name. They don't know her name.
Oh,
they don't know
okay.
who she is.
They never
They have
know who
no
she
fucking
is.
clue.
They don't ever want to
It's
talk
all about
about
the
her.
Somalians.
Exactly. Yeah, so they never they don't ever want to do that. So anywho, the according to the state of Minnesota, the Leering Center, the one that had the misspelled name, they are closed. They're not open. They're closed. So there's that. You can check with the state of Minnesota. They are in fact closed. Once I get it pulled up, I'll go ahead and show it. But they're closed.
It's no different what's going to happen with it, in my opinion, the Trump administration. I think it's a stretch to see if Trump's ever going to actually get any accountability, but we will see several members of administration take the fall, even if he directly ordered them to do stuff. That is
Yeah.
exactly what we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. He's never going to actually be held accountable for anything. He's not. He's simply not. And you know what? I don't think that we should lose hope of him being held accountable, but like stop expecting it because it's not gonna happen. Nigga gets away with everything. 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 I just everything he gets away with. So what are we to do? But I'm still checking for it. I'm finding the information about the learning center. I want to share it here. What else do we have? I already had some fun. You too serious for me.
Trump, the United States has set a world record on investments being made into a country, and it is trillions of dollars more than number two, China. There's no record, reading his post still, there's no record that one can keep of investments, especially when we consider, are we talking about private sector? Are we talking about foreign domestic? Are we talking about his businesses? There's no way of like knowing that. The most we can go off is the FDI. We saw record numbers from Obama. You saw some of those carry into the Trump administration, and then they'll say the pandemic messed up the rest. And then we saw crazy amounts through Biden. But yeah, just baseless claims, no links, no sources, especially considering how much he likes to post Truth Social. I mean, New York Post articles, you would think they would substantiate some of his claims. But I've never once seen the New York Post put up statistics for anything. Not really. It's not a thing that they do, especially when it comes to the economy and growth. They don't do it.
No, the New York Post is a tabloid.
The New York Post is all about black guy did this crime, Democrat system bailed him out. That's some bullshit that they put up all the time. Immigrant did this. This one Democrat donor was alleged to be a sexual abuser, and then somehow, some way that reflects on I don't know, Eon Omar. This is the this is the bullshit that
Exactly.
they put out all the time. That's literally the correlations that they make. I still read the New York Post just so I can know where a lot of their talking points are coming from. It's insane.
Hmm. It makes sense. It does make sense. So, I'm at the office of the Minnesota Secretary of State, Steve Simon. This is where you can go to check out like business. So it's the Secretary of State, and you go here and you can check out like the business info to see what's open and what's not. So let's do this here, and I'm gonna make sure of something before I finish.
Also, I want to remind everyone that the reason we know about the Somalian fraud is because many of the Somalians who worked with her ratted her out.
Yeah.
Somalians brought this to light.
She
So,
enlisted, like she manipulated and enlisted people to do this fraud. Yet no one is talking about Amy Brock. All right, she's been found guilty, so she's being held accountable as she should. Okay, but nobody wants to talk about the white woman that mastermind all this. It's all about the black people, all about the Somalis. All right, who basically were coerced into doing this. Ugh, it's so annoying. I don't like how these people get to like escape responsibility or culpability. They get to escape it. Like, come on. Anywho, um, let me see here. I'm gonna bring it on the screen so we can go through all of the businesses in Minnesota by that name, and we'll check to see when they were closed. Because I remember, if I recall correctly, Waltz even said himself that it had been closed for 2 years. Other people are
mm,
saying that it just closed last week, so on and so forth. So let's see here. So what I did was can you see my screen? Wait, no, you can't because it's not up there. There we go.
no.
Bring it forward. Okay, and bring it over. Okay, so what we have is I searched for the Learning Center because that's the business name. All right, I did look at active. All right, when we go active, we come back with no search results, as we can see. All right, no results match the criteria entered because I have it search scope contains. So it contains these words, guys. All right, and just for fun, just for you all, let's take out the N and we'll search. Okay. Nothing active with the Learning Center. Let's see if there's anything inactive with the Learning Center. Nothing inactive either. Okay. Let's go with, all right, keep it on inactive, and we're going to go back to learning. Okay. Here's what we found. Here's the results. A few of them. Okay, so these are inactive. Let's look at the first one. Okay. Inactive. This one's been inactive. It looks like it says what, 2003? So let's see
2003
here.
is crazy.
This learning center, I want to see if we get one that's from that's last week. This one has been inactive. Let's see here since 2005. This was their last renewal date. So you have to renew every year. So 2005. I'm gonna look at all the history that I possibly can. Yep. So renewal. Looks like you have to renew every 10 years. And they didn't renew. So let's see here. Let's look at the third one. Okay, here's some filing history for us. Awesome. Do do do. Okay. This one, dissolution. This one hasn't been active since 2017. So there's that. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, this one not active since 2009. Boom.
Some very large gaps there.
I'm trying to find another one. And of course, I'll keep digging because there's that. So we'll definitely keep digging. All right, this one, oh, wow. So this one hasn't been active since 1991.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay. And we're on our last one. There we go. Okay. And this one hasn't been active since 2005. So what I want to do is I want to get the name of the business, like what they filed it under. And I want to see, all right, with the Secretary of State, all right, when did this business dissolve? When did it stop operating? Okay, because again, Governor Walz said 2 years ago. Nothing that we just went over said anything about 2 years ago. So I have to say that. All right. And some people are saying that it happened last week. And some people are saying that it's still operating. So which is it, Hector? What are we doing?
We're doing talking points.
Exactly. That's what we're doing. Talking points all to spew hate, well, to spread hate and fear about a group of people who are literally just trying to mind their own business.
How much do you gotta hate black people to do this shit?
A lot. Like, we stay on their mind for what reason I do not know. I don't know.
Jesus Lord.
Hey, all we're asking to be is left alone. We're not asking for much. We're just asking to be left alone. That's it. You can get to bother us for what? But yeah, so there's that. So I'm gonna keep searching for it. I want to see when this building actually closed. It didn't even look open, to be honest with you. It didn't. It didn't look open. And then he goes up to one and he's like going up, saying that he wants to register his kid there and all this stuff. But you're scaring the people, bro. You're scaring the people. Of course they thought you were ICE. Hey, what are we doing? I'm tired of asking that question. I don't want to ask what are we doing anymore. When I'm asking that question, that means that things are just completely out of hand for no reason whatsoever. None. But let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. What are you looking at, Hector?
Did you know that Ian Omar was falsely accused of marrying her brother to get citizenship here in the United States?
Yeah, that is the stupidest lie ever told. Even the president of the United States of America spread a lie about incest about a sitting House of Congress, a sitting House of Representatives member. What are we doing? I'm tired of asking that question. See, I just asked it again.
I made the mistake of reading this stupid post from him 5 hours ago.
Oh, God.
He talked about blah, 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 fraud. Omar, an ungrateful...
Go and see.
Hold on.
You didn't even have to look back into the year to see anything crazy from him. He's just been crazy all damn day today. He's like, we're going to go out with a bang. Good
Barely gotten to noon. Yeah. Much of the Minnesota fraud, up to 90%. Up to 90%. Jesus Christ. Is caused by people that came into our country illegally from Somalia.
They didn't.
Congresswoman, in quotation marks, he put Congresswoman, mind you. I just love how we don't respect elections. Omar, an ungrateful loser who only complains and never contributes, is one of the many scammers. What?
Now he's making false allegations against her. Can she sue him for defamation, for slander, and libel?
She absolutely should if she hasn't already. I'm going to look that up. Did she really marry her brother? Lowlifes like this can only be in liability to our country's greatness. Send them back from where they came. Somalia, perhaps the worst, the most corrupt country on earth. Make America great again. So, first off, clearly xenophobic. Clearly the racism is showing, and the misogyny is fucking blatant. Because he's never even done this shit with men. I guess outside of maybe Biden when he called him an illegitimate president. Like, he put Congresswoman in quotation marks. Mind you, there is not a single piece, and I've been looking up here because I have another article up that I was reading from, why is it acting up now? Wheel, and then I have here, CIS.org went over the case as well. NCIS's Center for Immigration Studies. It went over the allegations, the fact that her green card was sped up, and it typically is easier for people who are married. She's already spoken on her second marriage and how that didn't really work out, but it still benefited her in regards to her status. The Trump administration, upon spreading out this allegation and then getting the Oval Office, never bothered to investigate her. Even now, as he makes these posts on Truth Social, the man is not prosecuting her. He's not reviewing her documentation status. So tell me why, if you have all this audacity to post this on social media, and this is a crime, wouldn't you be the first, now that you're spearheading the DOJ and the FBI, to investigate it? At some point, these people need to realize how full of shit Trump is, because he always screams waste, fraud, and abuse, and he never proves it. So either he's maintaining it and upholding it, or it doesn't exist. Which one? Which one?
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. The fraud that... Well, okay, hold on, time out. I say that wrong. All right. They're committing the fraud, the waste, and the abuse. All right. But who they say is doing it doesn't exist. Not at all. At all. I think that people might want to check their biases, though, especially in regards to this whole thing with the Somalis, is simply because the Jack Smith deposition is out.
Is it now?
Yeah. We're going to have to take a look at it. I told you, not one episode goes by where we don't get something. Let me take a look and see. I can't believe I said that out loud.
We're going to see some very interesting things. Next year, guys, is going to be the full-on implementation of the Big Beautiful Bill.
Yeah.
So we're really going to see the impacts of those. And I will say, I would admittedly say, I do think because of the tax cuts, we will see some large-scale commitments. We all know how that goes. Of investments. We may even see some raises, so on and so forth. We're going to see companies expanding, because that's what happens when they start saving millions upon billions of dollars in taxes.
I'll tell you something really quick.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading about the Jack Smith deposition, right? And it said that the House Committee, the Judiciary Committee on Wednesday released a 255-page transcript of his closed-door meeting with Jack Smith. And I was like, on Wednesday? How did that? So this happened last Wednesday? Because today Monday. I can't get right with these days of the week, yo. I'm going to have to start carrying, I don't know. I was about to say, I'm going to have to start wearing those days of the week underwear or something, because what the fuck is wrong with me? What is wrong? Why do I keep doing this? Like, yes, I would have bet you money that yesterday was Sunday. I ain't gonna hold you. Yesterday was Sunday, because of the simple fact that, like, when I went to go pick my Bubba up, right? I went to go pick Bubby up, and I was like, why is there so much traffic on a Sunday? I was like, did the Cardinals have a game or something? Girl, it is 5:45 p.m. on a Tuesday, on a work day. What are we doing? My bad.
That's how I felt Christmas Day, Christmas Eve. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like, because what was it? What days did those land on?
Last Wednesday was Christmas Eve. Remember? I had a sweater, you had on a hat. It was cool. We did a commercial.
It felt weird.
That I was all ready to post until someone was like, it's missing context. And I was like, oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. It felt like a weird day. That's how I feel about the last couple of days in general. So, I mean, the Big Beautiful Bill, we're going to see its full implementation next year.
This is why he's the facts, because he does not want to have any type of fun. None whatsoever. Mm-hmm.
We're going to see what happens. And I think, once again, is going to be another example of once those policies are fully implemented, we're really going to see how many people actually care for Republican policies. Because this tends to be this little back and forth that they have, where 1 minute everything sounds good when the Republicans aren't in office, when it's Democrats actually trying to fix their fuck ups, and then everything sounds great. And then when it actually starts to get implemented, Then we start to see I regret my vote. This is not what I voted for. I can't believe he did this. And I don't know what it's going to take for this back and forth to end.
I don't
Thankfully,
either.
there's going to be Trump no longer after 2028, although they're trying to push back against that too.
Fingers crossed.
But then they want their Trump Jr.
They want Vance. Vance isn't Trump Jr.
I don't think so at all, but that's what they're calling him.
He's no
They
Jr.
really think that he can carry it on.
Ah, you ready to read these? You want to go over the deposition?
Yes.
Okay. Guess what I'm cooking?
Greens.
Oh, I am cooking those. I'm gonna cook those after we end the show. But I am right now in the crock pot. Black eyed peas. And hogs. Because we eat pork around here, real Southern style.
I haven't had black eyed peas in a minute.
I thought you was about to say you haven't had any black eyed peas before. I'm about to say, time out, time out. Caribbean, no black eyed peas. Let me talk to your mother.
Oh,
Let
we
me talk to
tore
your
up
mother.
black eyed peas growing up.
Let me
Had
talk to
that
your
shit-
mother right now.
Bi-weekly, tri-weekly.
Okay, let me talk to your mother right now.
We
Right
grew
now.
them,
Oh,
actually.
really? Freaking awesome! That is so cool. Yeah, no, I every year, definitely at midnight, got to have your black eyed peas, your collard greens, and also your cornbread, Hoppin' John. So yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. I can't wait. Also, I'm gonna do chicken wings because Bubba. But yeah, so I got a lot of stuff to cook. So there's that, and I gotta make sure I organize the clothes and stuff. So yeah, just want to make sure going to the new year. Hey Hector, what's your New Year resolution? Do you want to share? Take a break before we get into this deposition. Take a break.
Um, I don't really do New Year's resolutions. All my quote unquote New Year's resolutions would be stuff I've always wanted to do, had planned to do, pending to do. But I guess if I was to give any, to switch more so from debates, not completely, but to lean more into just content where it's conversations and not so much always going back and forth with Trump supporters because it's useless. To hyper focus on midterms because that's the big thing. We can't take the office, we can limit their powers, and we can set up the next administration. So there's that. Yeah, just continue to grow the platform.
Hey,
I
we're gonna be
want
happy.
to learn Spanish.
Okay, ¿cómo está?
Want to learn Spanish. See,
De nada.
that's
La
all I got.
biblioteca. El trabajador.
I don't know that shit. I want to learn.
Uno, dos,
Because
tres,
one,
cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, nueve. I missed the number, I think. I feel like. I don't know.
I think. Wait, hold on. Uno, dos,
tres, cuatro,
tres,
cinco,
cuat-
seis,
siete,
siete,
siete, ocho.
ocho, nueve, diez. Diez,
Yeah.
diez. Muy
Almost
bien.
got it. I'm in Texas, so it's just a place where
That makes sense.
you really should know how to talk Spanish. But just in general, regardless of your state, it's a good skill to have. It's good for. I'm very big on like trying to like break like cultural barriers and stuff. I like to be able to adapt in different places. I would like to travel to places where that may be the predominant language and not feel completely fucking lost or need a translator.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Makes
I'm gonna
sense.
start with Spanish.
Makes sense. Cool. I just want to be able to continue to grow and be a better human being. And the year of the paid gig is what I'm calling it. Year of the paid gigs. Yep. That means I want to do political commentating. Like this space is going to be on the big screen. Watch. It's going to be on a TV in a house near you. And I don't mean you viewing your YouTube on the TV. I mean lights, camera, action. I'm gonna make it happen too. Gonna make it happen. That's the number one thing. There's more, but I have a thing about sharing all that stuff. But yeah, just gonna keep growing, keep doing awesome things, and you know, continue on with the platform. and get back into actually doing videos, doing the news stories because I was doing so well. And then I just like I felt like I took December off, so I'll get back to it to filming again. But outside of that, no, I think I don't know. Even though sometimes this shit is sad, choose joy. Choose joy. It can be hard, but choose it. So yeah. But with that being said, are you ready to go over the deposition?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This should be fun. I wonder how much of it is redacted.
Oh, Jesus. How many pages is it?
255. A lot of pages. Is this it right here? Yeah, this is it. Oh my gosh, more breaking news because what doesn't break during this show every single
That took a
time?
minute.
Every single time. It took a minute this time. It did kind of
Mm-hmm.
like we kind of in there. Oh Lord Jesus, how long are we going to be doing this one for?
Hmm?
You see how long we've been on? About to wrap
Yeah, I
this
thought
up.
you was just gonna quickly do the deposition and then.
Yeah, we can wrap it up. Okay, because I gotta do stuff. Got stuff to do.
Oh my God. Already.
Okay. So yeah, already. All right. So let's start from the top. Okay.
The redactions. I was like already
Yeah.
the parts that you had showed there.
Mhm. Okay. So these are the people who were present, and then let's see here. Dun, 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 dun. They blacked out the names for the committee on the judiciary. I wonder why they did that. And for Jack Smith, all right, his people weren't blacked out. Okay, let me see if there's anything in here that is interesting. Oh, I want to see something. Trump's name is mentioned 293 times. How many times is president listed? President at least 243 times.
Mm.
Interesting. So let me see here. I want to see Trump. Wait, I just typed in Trump. Yeah, 296 times for Trump. Okay. Oh, what's this here? Who's asking this question? I'm trying to see who's asking this question. To say the witness, we know it's Jack Smith. Okay. Okay, so they're not saying who's asking the question. Let me go back here. Okay, so this person is asking him. First, this committee is proceeding with the deposition today without access to Volume 2 of the Special Counsel's report. And this is despite the 11th Circuit's ruling that Judge Aileen Cannon must address her order regarding Volume 2 by January 2nd of 2026. It might seem obvious, but that's just 2 weeks away. I mean, she got 2 days now. President Trump and his co-conspirators have sought to prevent Volume 2 of the report from becoming public, including to Congress. Okay, recently, President Trump petitioned Judge Cannon to continue keeping Volume 2 of the report under seal. This is of Jack Smith's report. And that amounts to gagging Mr. Smith today and preventing him from telling this committee about his investigation into President Trump's crimes. Specifically, these crimes include stealing and lying about classified documents he kept in the ballroom and bathrooms of his Mar-a-Lago clubhouse, and there is no reason at all to continue to keep Volume 2 under seal, besides, of course, the fact that Mr. Trump doesn't like what it says. I ain't gonna hold you, that's kind of leading. That's
Mm-hmm.
very leading. All those
Mm-hmm.
words weren't necessary. That's very leading. Okay, all right. Let me see here. I want
I
to see
get
where
annoyed with stuff like that.
I do too. It's annoying because it's like that's it's too much. You're doing too much.
I only care about the information. Like, get
Yeah.
to the
Let's get
information.
to the info. Okay, so Mr. Smith, I know that you requested a public hearing where the American people could directly hear from you and hear your testimony. But despite not being afforded that opportunity, I want to say thank you for being here today. All right. Wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. Do you see this right here? Why wasn't this redacted?
What does this say
It
again?
says Miss Crockett. She's the one that was talking to him. And for purposes of the record, Jasmine Crockett, Texas 30, is present. Good morning, Congresswoman. Did
Huh?
they not do a good job of like? I'm confused. Did they not do a good job of redactions? Who the hell is working over here? Who is working this chop shop? Was it her that was speaking to him? Because they have her name blacked out here. They have the name. I knew it was a woman that was talking to him by the cadence in which they were talking. I could tell that it was a woman. But what are we doing? Because Jasmine didn't ask him any questions. Also, when this person starts talking, all right, there is no pause to where he says like good morning or anything. So I'm very
Mm.
confused. Hmm. Someone said take a look at page 37.
See if I pull up on my end.
Yeah. What the hell is happening here? I thought the names were supposed to be blacked out. Unless they're a part of his team, the names for those on the Judiciary Committee are supposed to be blacked out.
The Wednesday, December 17th, 2025 report.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to
Just
send
make
it to
sure.
you?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Registers.
Um. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so her name isn't supposed to be blacked out. Because if we go to the homepage, oh, you guys have seen me looking through it? Okay, great. I had to make sure of these things. It's a lot of pages, bro. There we go. But if we look here on the present, who's present there, we have it here. So her name's right here. These are the House members who are present right here.
So why the hell did they redact her in that part?
The redactions are these people for the Committee on the Judiciary. So these are like the lawyers and stuff for them.
Uh,
They're
huh.
blacked out. And then Jack Smith's attorneys and whatnot are not blacked out. So,
Judge.
all right. Whoever did the redaction on these, all right, are better at it than the Trump administration. Okay, let me get to page 37. And then I think we're going to wrap it up. Let's see. 37. Okay. Did you use any pen registers? Okay.
I'm reading through it. It's talking about toll records.
Yeah. This is nothing
Um,
here. You get the
yeah, that.
incoming, the telephone numbers. Who cares about what he used to do before he was a prosecutor?
Hmm. Informant. This instance of attempted to review, intimidate witnesses, keep them cooperating, seek non-disclosure orders.
Oh, I don't like that they changed up the way in which the stuff was listed out.
Hmm.
They changed it from the person's name to just AQA. So answer, question, answer.
Yeah.
I don't like that change up. Okay, so it says, well, in this is page 38. It says, well, in this particular case, there was a grave risk of obstruction of justice given the obstructive conduct of President Trump, as is set forth, for example, in the indictment in Florida. President Trump tried to obstruct the case in multiple ways. Then, as I mentioned earlier, in the litigation we had regarding 57.2, it says Exhibit 57.2, we had numerous instances of him attempting to, in our view, intimidate witnesses to or keep them from cooperating. And so, given that reality, we did seek non disclosure orders for the toll record subpoenas you're talking about. Jack Smith responded, okay, the and ordinarily you just go to. How do you pick your judge for that when you're seek? This is a question. Where's the fucking answer? I'm confused.
I'm on page 39. It's very long winded,
What is
honestly.
this?
It's easy to get
I think
lost in
before
this.
we can go over this, we have to read over it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of hard to understand what's fully happening.
Yeah, because they changed up the format. At first, they were doing names, then they moved to question and answer to keep identities hidden. I'm not saying that A word. You can't pay me to. So there's that. This is the file. Phil. Oh God. I'm gonna take this file and I am gonna post it into my Discord. So I will be doing that. Let me do it now.
I'm going up to see when they change the format. To see if it's any indicator of the same people or what. It's the most we see is on page 18 is switches to examinations. But it doesn't quite
Examinations typically are question and answer format, so that makes sense.
right. But still, at the beginning of it, on page 19, it starts off with the redaction. So I don't know who's asking. Yeah, I got to do a lot more.
Yeah, we're gonna have to read into this before going over it. I'm not about to try to wing this one. That's crazy. Mm-mm. Make sure we know exactly what's being asked and answered, and then go from there. So that'll definitely be something that'll be covered. Maybe first video of the year. I don't know. I need a nap. Time to take an afternoon nap.
It's the importance, y'all, of not speaking too much on things that you need a whole lot more information on and
That
context for.
part. That friggin'
Because
part.
this is a big report. It's a lot of information. Definitely going to
255
need to break it down a
pages.
bit better.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly. And this is all in relation to Jack Smith wanting to publicly speak about basically the classified documents case against Trump that was filed, but he had to basically put the kibosh on it because he got elected as president. So, yeah. So, with that being said, everyone, with that being said, I'm ready to call it. You ready to call it, Hector? Okay. All right. Great. I think I want to do one more Trump tweet.
Jesus.
Hell, if I ain't gonna do nothing else, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna laugh. I want you all to picture Trump in the room. Okay. All right. This was
We're going
his
to get you
thing.
a Trump wig.
Yes, please. This was his what was this? This was his Thanksgiving tweet. I'm not gonna put it on the screen. All right. I just want you all to enjoy this. Like, let's be natural, okay? Is this gonna be in the way? Oh, it is. That's not good. Okay. All right. You guys ready for this? I don't think you're ready for this. Okay. Happy Thanksgiving to all, including to the radical left lunatics who have worked so hard to destroy our country, but who have miserably failed and will always fail because their ideas and policies are so hopelessly bad that the great people of our nation just gave a landslide victory to those who want to make America great again. Don't worry, our country will soon be respected, productive, fair, and strong, and you will be more than ever before proud to be an American. But the truth is, I'm ruining the country. Okay, I'm ruining the country. I don't do everything I say I'm gonna do. Your prices are still high. Actually, they're up 1.9% more than they were last year. Okay, gas is about the same price as it was last year. We haven't made any big headways. All right, I'm actually starting wars. That's what I'm doing. You know, guys, I thought about it. I was like, you know what? You know, Venezuela, they're not really giving us what we want. You know, we've been bombing their boats, you know, double taps and whatnot, you know, killing fishermen. And, you know, they still aren't giving me the oil. I was like, hey, Maduro, you know, you can leave. I'll give you a chance to leave, Maduro. But Maduro said I'm gonna stay. I'm gonna stay. He said I'm not a quitter. Me, I might be a quitter. I can give up sometimes. Just like I gave up on the tariffs. The tariffs, they were supposed to do a good job. The tariffs were supposed, to make America great again. They were gonna bow down at our feet. But no, the tariffs only made the prices go higher. And we just got a bunch of promise to pays. No actual investments, just promise to pays. Nothing serious. But I don't tell the American people that. You know what I tell them, Hector? You know what I tell him, Hector?
No.
I tell him, you know what, Hector? Your name's Hector. Your name's Hector. I love tacos. Taco salads are my favorite. All right. Are you familiar? You ever heard of Cinco de Mayo? You ever heard of Cinco de Mayo? It's my favorite day. I love to have a taco salad on Cinco de Mayo. Just eat the taco salad with what do they call it? The salsa. The salsa, the pico. It's the pico. I love the pico. So good, so good. So a bigly taco salad. That's what I like. I love it. Absolutely love it. Hot. Everything's just hot. Just hot. This summer wasn't that hot though. Wasn't that hot. So much for global warming, huh? I'm finished. My throat hurts. That's what he sounds like. That's what he does. I didn't stay on point for not one friggin' moment. Not one moment whatsoever. Just, I rambled like Trump.
That's literally how it goes.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how it starts, what the point is. It just goes off into a tangent. That's exactly how that works.
Yep. Trump has ADHD. Okay. Oh my God.
He got something.
She got something. You got the beginnings of something. Okay. All right. But we're not doctors. Okay. We're just people who host a podcast and tell you about the news and try to be as accurate as possible. And if there's something that we're not accurate about, when you watch it live, let us know. All right. I read all the comments. Okay. This is literally, guys, this is the one space where I read all the comments. All right. If you want to get a message to me, you better comment on the tube. Just want to let you know that. Okay. Anywho, with that
and I read half of them.
He reads half. So with that being said, everyone, thank you so very much for joining us for the final show of the year. Because Fun and Facts, of course, will be back to give you more fun and facts. So thank you all so very much for hanging with us. I want to shout out 20th Century Y for the $10 super chat. Thank you so very much. Shout out to Amanda for the $5 super chat. And also thank you so very much to Facts Still Matters for the 15 over on the Venmo. Thank you all so very much. Facts, I love you more than Hector also. So thank you. With that being said, guys, Hector, you got anything?
W's to Facts Still Matter for the 10 on Venmo. Happy New Year. Love you, bro, but I love Erica more. We know. Right. And big W's in the chat to Justin for the $5 on Cash App. Beard props, bro. Respect. I don't know what it is. Did everyone forget I had a beard? What am I missing?
Did you comb it?
I always comb it. I got comments from it yesterday's live on it and then today. And I'm like, it's the same beard.
I don't know. Maybe you just got the sauce. Is that what the kids call it? You got the Riz. I don't know these words.
I didn't like that.
The Riz. Charisma.
Is it just, did that not feel wrong to y'all? That just didn't feel right.
The Riz.
She said the Riz.
The Riz.
Something was off about that.
The Riz.
The hat is missing. I don't know. Y'all are funny.
Yeah.
Big W to you guys. Thank you so much for your donation.
Awesome. Thank you so very much. We appreciate each and every last one of you for supporting this little, I gotta stop doing that. This venture of ours, the Fun and Facts show is absolutely, I enjoy doing the Fun and Facts show, kind of like Hector. I'm going to be doing a mix of different things, but one thing I definitely want to do is I want to talk to both sides of the aisle, and I want to know, like, what's wrong with your party? What's wrong with your party? So definitely going to be doing that starting tomorrow. Tonight, I will be back with some, y'all call them debates. I call them conversations. So We'll be back with some of those later tonight around 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So that's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. What about you, Hector? What are you going to be doing?
I plan to do it right after. I'm feeling lightheaded. Actually, I need to go take some stuff.
Did you eat?
A little bit.
I need you to eat some food and drink some water. I haven't seen you drink anything in almost
I
two and a
did
half hours. I haven't seen you
earlier.
drink anything. And also,
I
yeah,
drink enough.
meds. But if you need to go to sleep, go to sleep.
Yeah. It'll be a little later if I'm back on.
Okay. All right. Bet. Well, guys, thank you so much again for joining the Fun and Facts Show. You guys keep doing all of the good things. I am Erica Shante over here on the TikToks, also on the Tube, Everything with Erica. Make sure that you are liking, you are following, you are subscribing. You are doing all of the good things. And remember, I'm the fun
I'm the facts.
and make sure you're doing all the good things for him too, because he's Hector Talks. One day he's gonna get it right, y'all. I'm gonna write him a little
Did
script.
that?
I'm gonna write him a little script, and I'm gonna put it like I'm saying, put this on your screen. All right, this is the opening and this is the closing, and then I'm gonna be like, you say it like this because you gotta promo yourself. You gotta promo.
Noted.
Okay. All right. I really want
1
to
hour
fix
is
the way.
crazy.
Yeah, I really
Sorry.
want to fix my monitor. The way I have my monitor set up now, I'm just yapping because I want to look like I'm looking at the camera, but I don't want to be directly in front of the camera.
Oh, so you want it more centered?
Yeah, like side, like
okay.
this. So like this. Okay, but anywho, guys, thank you all so much. Have an amazing, amazing new year. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which isn't much because I'm a fucking heathen. But with that being said, do all the good things, guys. Do all of the good things, and we'll see you guys next time. Deuces out.
Peace out, heathens.